Cars are some of the biggest investments we make, yet many of us spend thousands every year on repairs that could have been avoided with a little routine care. The truth is, a few simple habits can keep your vehicle running stronger, longer, and far cheaper. Want to know the secrets that save drivers thousands? Let's get started. Number 9. Fresh filter protects your AC. The cabin air filter is one of those parts that often goes unnoticed, yet it plays a crucial role in keeping the air inside your car clean. It traps dust, pollen, and other pollutants before they reach the vents, which makes driving more comfortable, especially on longer trips. When this filter is clogged or overdue for replacement, the air circulation weakens and the entire system has to work harder than it should. That extra strain doesn't just make the AC less effective, it can lead to expensive repairs. A service on the unit alone can cost in the range of $400 to $500, and if the damage spreads to the entire system, replacement often runs between $1,300 and $2,500. Those are bills most drivers would rather avoid. The fix is simple. A cabin air filter can usually be swapped out with little effort and at a fraction of those repair costs. The general guideline is to change it every 12 months, or about 12,000 miles. You'll breathe easier, your AC will last longer, and your wallet will thank you. And speaking of wallets, your tires can drain it fast. Number 8. Regular rotation extends tire life. Tires may look identical, but they do not wear down evenly. The front tires usually carry more weight and handle more turning, while the rear tires see less stress. Over time, this creates an imbalance that shortens their overall lifespan. By rotating them on a regular schedule, you spread out the wear and make sure all 4 tires last longer. The savings can be significant. A single tire often costs around $180, and replacing a full set can reach $750 or more. That is money better kept in your pocket. Rotating tires costs far less and can often be included in routine service appointments, making it a simple habit with real financial benefits. Aside from saving money, regular rotation also improves your safety. Evenly worn tires give you better traction, smoother handling, and more reliable braking, especially in wet conditions. The general recommendation is to rotate them every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, or roughly at the same time you change the oil. Keeping up with this schedule not only protects your tires, but also helps you get the most from your car's performance. Performance also depends on another unsung hero, your transmission fluid. Number 7. Keep transmission fluid fresh. Transmission fluid often gets overlooked, yet it is one of the most important fluids in your vehicle. Just like motor oil keeps your engine running smoothly, transmission fluid acts as a lubricant for all the moving parts inside the transmission. Without it, the gears and components grind against each other, creating heat, friction, and eventually serious damage. When transmission fluid gets old or contaminated, it loses its ability to protect the system. That is when problems begin to show up. A repair on a transmission can easily cost $800 or more, and if the damage is extensive, a full rebuild often runs into the thousands. In the worst case, replacing a transmission can set you back anywhere between $4,000 and $7,000. Changing the fluid on schedule is a simple way to avoid those expenses. Most vehicles benefit from fresh fluid every 30,000 to 60,000 miles, though it is always best to follow the manufacturer's recommendation. Having the service done regularly keeps the transmission cooler, extends its life, and saves you from one of the most expensive repairs a car owner can face. But not all maintenance is costly, especially when it's oil. Number 6. Avoid over-oiling. For years, drivers were told to change their oil every 3,000 miles without fail. That advice may have made sense decades ago, but modern engines and synthetic oils have changed the rules. Most cars on the road today can easily go 7,500 miles, and in some cases even longer, before the oil needs to be replaced. Sticking to the old schedule not only wastes money, but also uses more oil than necessary. That adds up to extra costs across the year and more waste that eventually impacts the environment. Synthetic oils are engineered to last much longer, resist breakdown under high temperatures, and provide better overall protection. This means fewer oil changes, less hassle, and more life out of every dollar you spend on maintenance. It is still important to keep an eye on your car's manual and follow the manufacturer's specific recommendation, but chances are you can safely extend the time between oil changes. By skipping those unnecessary visits to the shop, you cut down on routine costs while keeping your engine well protected and running at its best. Now, another low-cost habit is checking tire pressure with a gauge. Number 5. Keep a tire gauge handy. Something as simple as checking tire pressure can save both money and frustration down the road. When your tires are properly inflated, they wear more evenly, last longer, and give you the best possible fuel efficiency. Underinflated tires, on the other hand, create extra drag that burns more gas and puts stress on the rubber, which shortens their lifespan. Overinflation can be just as damaging, leading to reduced traction and uneven wear. The difference in cost is noticeable. Properly maintained tires not only stretch the time between replacements, but also help you squeeze more miles out of every gallon of fuel. Considering the price of gas and the cost of new tires, this small habit adds up to real savings over the course of a year. A tire pressure gauge costs less than $10 and fits neatly in the glove box. Checking pressure takes only a minute or two, and many gas stations even have air pumps available if adjustments are needed. Making it a habit to check monthly or before long trips keeps your car safer, your tires healthier, and your fuel bills a little lighter. But safety also means paying attention to something far more critical. Number 4. Replace worn brake pads early. Brake pads are one of the most important safety components on your car, and they are designed to wear down over time. A squeaking or grinding sound when you press the pedal is often the first warning that it is time for a replacement. Ignoring it not only makes stopping less reliable, but can also lead to damage of the rotors, which drives up the repair bill even further. On average, replacing brake pads costs up to $300 per axle, with labor adding more to the total if you rely on a shop. While that number might feel high, it is far less expensive than repairing a full braking system or dealing with an accident caused by poor stopping power. Addressing pads early keeps the rest of the system in good shape and helps you avoid larger costs later. A good habit is to check brake fluid whenever you have the oil changed. If the fluid looks dark, it could be a sign that the system is wearing faster than expected. Staying on top of both pads and fluid ensures your car remains safe, responsive, and ready to stop when it matters most. And the dashboard often gives you reminders if you listen. Number 3. Pay attention to warning lights. Modern cars are built with reminders to help keep you on schedule with service, and one of the most common is the maintenance required light on the dashboard. This small icon is programmed to alert you when it is time for an oil change or other routine inspections. It is not something to overlook because those regular checks are what keep your engine healthy and reliable over the long run. If your car is serviced at a dealership, the technician will usually reset the light for you after completing the work. However, if you take your vehicle to an independent shop or change the oil yourself, you may need to reset it manually. The process is simple and can often be found in the owner's manual or by looking up your specific model online. What matters most is that the light should never be reset without actually doing the service. Ignoring or bypassing it could mean missing an entire service interval, which risks shortening the life of your car and potentially leaving you stranded on the road. Staying consistent with these reminders is a small step that prevents costly breakdowns later on. One simple reminder that's easy to overlook, though, is your battery. Number 2. Monitor battery health regularly. Car batteries are carrying a bigger load than ever before. With modern vehicles relying heavily on electronics, the battery powers not just the ignition, but also door locks, trunk releases, and countless other systems. A weak or failing battery can leave you stranded at the worst possible time, which is why keeping an eye on its health is essential. A simple way to stay on top of this is to have the battery tested whenever your car goes in for service. Many shops will do this as part of routine maintenance. Some newer cars even display the battery voltage on the dashboard, making it easy to check on your own. If you drive an older model without that feature, an inexpensive cigarette lighter adapter with a built-in voltage reader can give you the same information. As a rule of thumb, a healthy battery should show about 12.6 volts when the engine is off, and between 13.5 and 14.5 volts while the car is running. If the voltage consistently drops below these numbers, it may be time for a replacement. Frequent draining can also point to a failing alternator, so paying attention early can help you avoid costly repairs and unexpected breakdowns. And when breakdowns threaten, a code reader can reveal why. Number 1. Keep an OBD2 code reader. Modern vehicles are loaded with electronics, and when something goes wrong, the computer inside, known as the ECU, records the problem. The dashboard only shows a check engine light or a general warning icon, which does not tell you much about what is actually happening. That is where an OBD2 code reader comes in handy. These small devices plug directly into your car and provide the exact error codes stored in the system. Many affordable readers are available online, including Wi-Fi and Bluetooth versions that connect to your phone through an app. With just a few taps, you can see whether the issue is something simple or if it requires a mechanic's attention. Having this knowledge puts you in control. It helps you avoid unnecessary repairs, ensures you understand what the shop is recommending, and in some cases, allows you to fix smaller issues yourself. For a modest one-time investment, an OBD2 reader can save you hundreds in diagnostic fees over the years. More importantly, it prevents surprises on the road by catching small problems before they grow into costly breakdowns. Taking care of your car does not have to drain your wallet. Small steps add up to big savings and peace of mind every time you hit the road. Which of these repair secrets will you try first? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more tips that keep you driving smart and spending less.